Hi, everyone. So today I am going to be giving a live demo of the AsylumConnect catalog, especially showing attorneys and other direct service providers how to provide referrals for their clients. So this is our desktop version. If you are looking at our mobile app version, it is going to be slightly different. So the first thing that you're going to do is just go to our website, asylumconnect.org, and you can come over here to where it says Get Help. Under Get Help, you will see Get Help for myself and Get Help for my client. So if I am an LGBTQ asylum seeker, I'm going to click Get Help for myself. As an attorney or another direct service provider, I'm going to click Get Help for my client. Once you come to the Get Help for my client page, you will see different detailed information about how Asylum Connect verifies and vets the services that we provide on our catalog. So you can come down here to where it says, are you a lawyer or other direct service provider working with LGBTQ asylum seekers or other LGBTQ people in need? And you can read a little bit about us and what we do here. If you are interested in adding your organization to Asylum Connect and you are not currently a member, feel free to click on this link. What I'm going to focus on today is how to find referrals. So you can have, you can choose to either find referrals on a desktop or on mobile. Today, we're going to just continue working on the desktop. This will take you to the Asylum Connect catalog. We are currently operating in 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The catalog will first take you to the United States catalog. If you are interested in Canada or Mexico, you can just come over here and choose a different country. You can also choose your preferred language. Currently, Asylum Connect is offered primarily in English with all other languages on Google Translate. We are currently in the process of providing native Spanish translations, so actual human translations, for our entire Mexico catalog, as well as eventually our entire United States catalog. We are prioritizing locations in the United States by the percentage of the Latinx population, as well as migration routes. So we are starting in California, New York, and national organizations. And then we are moving on to other border states, so places like Texas and Arizona. And eventually we do hope to also provide native Spanish translations in the entire United States catalog. So I'm just going to start in the United States today. So for this demo, I thought it would be helpful if we focused on a specific client. So one user story that I can talk to you about is Sarah. That is not her real name, to protect her identity. Sarah is an undocumented trans woman who lives in the Bronx, who fled her home country of Nigeria due to multiple death threats because of her gender identity. She wants to remain in the US to avoid future life-threatening persecution in Nigeria and was referred to Asylum Connect by a friend. When Sarah is searching for safe services, she faces multiple barriers due to her identity as a trans person, undocumented immigrant, non-native English speaker, and a person of color. So she turns to Asylum Connect to quickly find a pro bono attorney with expertise in serving members of the LGBTQ+ community fleeing persecution to discuss her legal options. She also uses our app to easily find a free support group for trans women of color and pro bono trans affirming doctor and therapist. As an undocumented person, Sarah appreciates the app's ability to filter out service providers that require specific documentation. So I'm going to show you those filters very soon here in this demo. So today, if you're an attorney or another direct service provider, how would you go about finding a referral for Sarah? Well, first, let's look at the location. So you can start by typing a county, city, or state in the United States. So we know that Sarah is in the Bronx. So here I'm going to put New York. And then we have lots of different options for service types. So I'm going to go through them with you now. Under community support, we have cultural centers, LGBTQ centers, sponsors, and spiritual support. Then we have computers and internet. Under education and employment, we have career counseling, educational support for LGBTQ youth, English classes, libraries, and scholarships. Then we have food. For housing, we have drop-in centers for LGBTQ youth, emergency housing, housing information and referrals, and short-term housing. Then we have hygiene and clothing, clothes, gender-affirming items, gender-neutral bathrooms, and hygiene. Under legal, we have affirmative asylum application, crime and discrimination, DACA, deportation or removal, detention, legal hotlines, name and gender change, and SIJS. Male. Under medical, we have dental care, HIV and sexual health, medical clinics, physical evaluations for asylum claim, trans health, and women's health. Under mental health, we have hotlines, private therapy and counseling, psychological evaluations for asylum claims, substance use, support groups, and trans support groups. Then we have sports and entertainment, translation and interpretation, and under transportation, we have transit passes and discounts and transportation assistance. So if we're looking here for Sarah, we might choose spiritual support under community support. We know that Sarah is not a native English speaker, so she may benefit from English classes. Under hygiene and clothing, Sarah may benefit from gender affirming items. For legal, Sarah would benefit from a name and gender change. If you are Sarah's pro bono attorney, you may be helping her with her affirmative asylum case, but maybe you need to look elsewhere for name and gender change. So we can go ahead and click that. Under medical, we can click physical evaluations for asylum claim. For mental health, we can choose both psychological evaluations for asylum claims and trans support groups. And here I'm actually going to go ahead and click the entire housing category. And I think that's it for now. So we have 8 service types for Sarah in New York. Under here, you'll see this little checkbox that says, show me national organizations who can help anyone located in the United States. For the moment, since New York has many services, and of course is a large metropolitan city, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this, but this box is very helpful for folks who are located in a more rural area or just an area that has less LGBTQ affirming organizations. Then I'm going to click search. You'll see here that the map has automatically changed to New York. This is really important for any client, especially undocumented folks. I'm going to come up here to additional filters. So this is what I was referring to when I first introduced you to Sarah. Under additional filters, we can filter our resources. So we can choose organizations that have a confidentiality policy. We can also choose organizations that have free services. If we click these boxes, we automatically will not look at any organizations that do not have a confidentiality policy or that have costly services or just services that have any fee. Down here, where it says do not show me resources that require, this is great for undocumented folks. So here we can choose photo ID, proof of age, proof of residence, proof of income, medical insurance, and a referral. So of course, you can cater this to each client. For Sarah, these are the different filters that I'm going to apply. And just a note, when it comes to services, here at AsylumConnect, we do make sure to not list any service that might not be accessible to our main users, which are LGBTQ asylum seekers. So we do not list anything that has a very high cost. That being said, some resources may just in general be a little bit more costly just due to the nature of the service. So for example, when it comes to medical clinics, we really only like to list nonprofit clinics and clinics that might operate on a on a scale depending on income. So you do not necessarily have to click this because you can assume that almost all the services will be either free or low cost. But if your client really needs only free services, you can go ahead and click this. And then the last option is to exclude resources that are at capacity. So that just means that they are currently unable to take new clients. I'm now going to search again, and now these filters will be applied. So a long list of organizations will come up that meet all of these requirements. And under each organization, you will see a small description and the different services that it provides. So for example, this organization has legal, education, medical, food, and sports services. So you can just do your due diligence reading this a little bit until you find an organization that makes sense to you. I'm going to go ahead and click the Sylvia Rivera Law Project, which is really specific to transgender and gender nonconforming folks. So perfect for Sarah. Over here, this map has now updated to show me exactly where this organization is. The first thing that you'll see pops up is the alert message. So we implemented the alert message in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is really just a section that shows any kind of operational item or anything that has changed about the organization due to COVID. So for example, this office is currently closed and staff are working remotely. So we will change this alert message as, this organization changes their operations. The first thing you'll see here is their website, their phone number, and then a little check mark that says verified information. If you scroll over this, it will say that this information was last updated on Monday, June 21st. AsylumConnect prioritizes accuracy and user safety and updates all information at least once every 6 months. So either a staff member, intern, or volunteer at AsylumConnect will make sure that every single organization is updated at least every 6 months. And some organizations are looked at as often as every 2 months. So this is really to make sure that all of the information is valid, accurate, and safe for our users. So then you can come here and read a detailed description about what this organization does and who this organization serves. So we can see here that this organization specifically serves transgender folks as well as the undocumented community. So this is perfect for Sarah. Then we can see the different services that this organization offers. So I'm going to click here where it says get legal and holistic support for TGNCI immigrants. And then here you will get a little bit of a more detailed description on this specific service instead of the organization itself. And then again, who this specific service helps, the service type. So the types of legal services that TGNCI will offer. So affirmative asylum, defensive asylum, crime and discrimination, and name and gender change. Then the cost, which is free, and then any requirements. So for this specific service, you must live within the 5 boroughs of New York City, and then you must either be transgender, gender nonconforming, or intersex, and then be low income or a person of color. So this organization is great for Sarah. And then we can see any additional information. So here we see that it has a confidentiality policy and that walk-ins are welcome. So I can let Sarah know that she is welcome to just go to that organization and I do not need to make an appointment for her. Then over here at language services, we see that this organization performs its services in both Spanish and English, and that translation services are available for other languages. Now I can either scroll all the way down here to visit, or at the very top, I can just click visit if I already know that I want to refer Sarah to this organization. And I can see the best ways to get in contact with them. So either by phone or their website. So that's really it to really get a grasp on this organization and provide a referral for Sarah. Now I'm going to show you something that is specific for folks that have a login. So I'm currently logged in. If I weren't logged in, up here where it says account settings, it would say sign up or sign in. So you can actually sign up for a username and password specific to legal service providers or other direct service providers. And then you have the ability to do different things that you cannot do if you do not have a username. One of those things is the ability to leave a review. So if I refer Sarah to this organization and she really likes it, I can go ahead and leave a 5-star review. So you can leave anywhere from 1 through 5 stars, and then you can leave a written review here. So really what we want to know here is to make sure that this resource was LGBTQ affirming and asylum seeker accessible. So if you find anything either negative or positive, we would love to hear from you, and then you can hit submit. Any negative reviews that are submitted to AsylumConnect are reviewed by a staff member. And if we do find that negative review to be valid, then we will go ahead and delete that organization from our catalog to ensure the safety of our users. Another thing you can do if you are logged in is you have the ability to create a favorites list. So here, I can come here and I can add this service to my favorites list. I specifically made a favorites list called Trans Health Services in NYC. So I can provide Sarah with all of these different services. So then when I come up here to view my favorites and I click on Trans Health Services in NYC, an entire list of different services for Sarah are made available. Now I can go up here to where it says share, and I can type in the email of either Sarah, another client, maybe another direct service provider that I'm working with for Sarah's case, maybe myself, and I can go ahead and share that list. I can also print it if I want to give a physical list. And then just the last thing that I wanted to show you all is when you come to the United States AsylumConnect Catalog, down here, you can suggest a resource. So if you click on this page, if there is any resource that you currently have noticed is not on our catalog and you believe it should be, you can go ahead and fill out this page. We are always looking to add new resources to the AsylumConnect catalog. So if you only know its name and a short description, that's fine. If you are able to provide any more detailed information about the organization, that of course is very welcome. And yes, so that is just a quick demo of how to use the AsylumConnect catalog to refer your clients to different organizations. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us by email or over here at the contact us list. And thank you for your work helping LGBTQ asylum seekers.